Hi again, everybody. Welcome to the high school football game of the week. I'm Jared Stewart alongside Tim Shoemaker and Josh Messerly. Tonight we're at Fulton Field where the Fisher Catholic Irish will take on the Berne Union Rockets in a big Mid-State League battle. And let's bring in Josh to talk about those Berne Union Rockets, who are the visiting team tonight. And Josh, they got off to a great start, a big win over West Muskingum, but since then they've kind of stumbled a little bit and didn't help themselves out, losing their quarterback last week.
Yeah, big loss last week against Nelsonville York. Really struggled offensively. When you lose a starting quarterback like Nate Nemeth, really tough to replace him. David Hurst will get the start tonight. It'll be interesting to see if they can turn around the offense.
Let's bring in Tim to talk about the Irish. And, Tim, this is a team that, ground and pound. They've got a couple of guys already, 100-yard games every single week. And when you've got that kind of production, it's going to be tough for Berne tonight.
I think Coach Miller's biggest challenges right now are keeping them focused and on task, not worrying about the opponent, because there's bigger things to be had by the end of the year.
Yeah. Glad you've joined us for the high school football game of the week. This is the Personal Touch Party Rentals pregame show. We're going to take a quick break. We'll have the kickoff. Coming up next, it's the Irish and the Rockets doing battle. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Carol Whittington, and I would like to invite you to stop by Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, located at 1540 Hubbard Drive in Lancaster. We are a small family-owned business and have been servicing the Central Ohio and Hocking Hills area since 2003. Graduations with a personal touch, weddings with a personal touch, corporate events with a personal touch. Please call us today for all your party rental needs, 740-689-6991.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Fairfield Medical Center, Ohio University Lancaster, Standing Stone Bank, North Body Shop, Dawn's Furniture, South Central Power, the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities, Fairfield National Bank, Jeffrey Wilson DDS, Matt Taylor Kia, Fairfield County Adam H., the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Parks, the Edwards Insurance Agency, Dagger Law, the Carriage Company, Connor Insurance Agency, Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, the Huddle Tire Company, Fairfield Federal, Lines Auto Service, Sheridan Funeral Home, and Buckeye Lake Marina.
Set to kick it off. Tonight's kickoff brought to you by Sheridan Funeral Home. Sheridan Funeral Home is proud to be supporting high school football. They've been serving the communities of Lancaster and Fairfield County for over 100 years. Berne Union with a squib kick to start the game. It'll be recovered by the Irish at their own 49-yard line. Great field position for the Irish to start this one, Tim.
The onside kick also sent the tee, so he had to decide which one to recover over there, Jared.
Keys to the game brought to you by North Body Shop, providing quality customer service, parts, and reliability since 1979. Owner Mark North will provide you with a free written warranty on each estimate. That's Mark North of North Body Shop. He'll treat you right. Tim, we talked about the importance of this Berne Union squad stopping the run game, but how about on the offensive side, playing with a different quarterback tonight?
Well, we'll see. That's a big adjustment. When you have somebody who hasn't had all the reps and goes through that right now, what they've got to do is they've got to make a commitment here to at least slow them down to keep themselves in the ball game.
Starcher hands it off to Trey Fabricini. Off that left guard, he's going to pick up 3 or 4 on first down.
Yeah, not a bad defensive start right there on the first down. Hold them to 3 yards, and that's what they got to do. They got to shorten the game a little bit, Jared, to give himself a better chance tonight.
Irish comes in at 3-0. While Berne Union 1-2. You look at both those records, and really neither one with a hugely impressive win. Their opponents not doing so well so far this year. Their bigger competition will be coming later this season.
Yeah, and actually, if you look through the schedules, there's really only 2 or 3 teams that have winning records within that whole region that's in the top 10.
2nd and 7. Here's Crooner. Crooner up across the 45 to about the 43. It'll bring up a third down and just a couple.
Yeah, that's a nice counter right there. Got good blocking, pick up 5 yards, and now you got a short yardage situation here where you got to pick up 2.
Let's bring in Josh down on the sideline. Josh, you had a chance to talk to Coach Herbst this week. What were his thoughts on this game?
He really thought this game was going to hinge on how well they played in the trenches. That's been an area that they felt was a strength for them, but especially when you're breaking in a new quarterback, if you can win the line of scrimmage, that certainly helps your team.
Crooner over left tackle. He's got a lot of running room. The first down and more, and finally going to be out of bounds at about the 28-yard line, but a flag back at the line of scrimmage.
50. Holding. Offense. Number 50. Repeat. Third down.
There's the call. Goes against the Irish. Our timeouts, or Mike the Ref tonight, brought to you by Don's Furniture and Mattress, located at 1118 East Main Street in Lancaster. So big mistake there for the Irish. Backs him up to a third down and 16, or 15 rather. And Fabricini checks out of the game. It'll be Crooner, the lone setback behind Starcher, and another stoppage and a timeout going to be called by Coach Miller. Timeouts tonight here at Fulton Field, brought to you by the Carriage Company, located at 1031 North Memorial Drive. You can check out their website at carriagecompany.com. Warm night. Hard to believe that it's almost October and we're still sweating up here in the press box.
Yeah, the seasons have changed on us, Jared. They've moved back a little bit, but at least we don't have the sun on our face like we sometimes do early in the year here.
Yeah. So last year we were down at Berne Union for this contest, and boy, it was a dandy. And we had a lightning delay in that one. We had a lot of flags. That game just really kind of got out of hand and very sloppy. We're hoping that we don't have that tonight.
No, neither team played exceedingly well last year. You'll take it when you win it, and when you lose it, it just looks even worse. So we just hope they play a good, clean, hard game tonight.
Yeah. Out of the timeout, 3rd and 15. Irish football at their own 44-yard line. Fabricini back in the game. Pistol formation lined up behind Starcher. Starcher back to pass. Lofts one down the sideline, but he overthrows his intended receiver, who was Colton Yeager.
That's a real good series for the Berne defense. Of course, the penalty aids. Yeah, as we talk about many, many times, turnovers and penalties will definitely stifle your offense.
Yep. Bring up a 4th down on a punting situation for the Irish. Zach Parkman will be back to punt for the Irish. Back deep for Berne Union. Landon Gonschwanger. And over on the near side, taking the punt, Sammy Amna. And a nice job on the coverage by the Irish.
Yeah, real good coverage. Initial hit and then people to follow. That's what you want.
Josh, got to be a good sign for the Berne Union defense that they were able to get a stop there.
Very ideal start for the Rockets. You guys touched on that, and I think it really will help boost their confidence getting that quick 3 and out. Certainly the penalty helped that, but it'll be interesting to see if they can run the ball and take a little pressure off their starting quarterback.
Speaking of that starting quarterback, David Hurst will line up at quarterback. He's a 5'10", 175-pound freshman. After the injury last week to Nate Nemeth, who was having a pretty good year so far in the first 3 ball games. Here's a handoff right up the middle. That's Nick Heilman. Good run on 1st down.
Yeah, good point of attack blocking right there. Straight lines and gain some yardage. You get a little confidence.
Heilman averages 8.1 yards per carry. He's run for 227 on the season. 2nd and 7. Hurst again to Heilman. Got some extracurricular stuff going on at the 50-yard line as a Berne Union player was on top of an Irish player, and they're going to warn them both and elect not to throw a flag.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with the play. I like that right there.
Yeah.
Next time you hit somebody with it who initiates it, but I like that's good officiating.
3rd and 5 for the Rockets. Hurst takes a look over at the sideline. Change up the play here on 3rd and 5 in their own territory. Looked like for the second play in a row, he turned to the wrong side. And Heilman going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage, bring up a 4th down for the Rockets.
Yeah, and just too much penetration defensively.
Yeah, those last 2 plays, you guys touched on it. You can definitely see an inexperienced quarterback there. Looks like he was reversing out to the wrong side and had a little bit of confusion in the backfield.
Dropping back deep for the Irish is Cole Neppa. On a 4th down and 6. Low punt. Neppa waves everybody away, and it'll be down right about the 36-yard line. Both these two teams in the same region. I know it's early, but if you look at those standings in Region 27, Division 7, Fisher Catholic right now at 3-0. They're at 3rd in the region. Berne Union down at 18th at 1-2. Up ahead of Fisher Catholic is Harvest Prep and Racine Southern.
Well, you know, both teams made the playoffs last year. Got knocked out in the first round with Berne losing to Waterford, and Fisher lost to state runner-ups in Trimble. So, you know, there's good teams once you get into that area.
Absolutely. Here's Fabricini right up the middle. Tough runner. Another flag comes in. That might be a hold, and yes, it is. Get the Don's Furniture call.
Holding. Offense. Number 52. Repeat, 1st down.
That's referee Gene Best, Jared. He has a lot of experience, known him for a long time. He's in the high school officials Hall of Fame from the Zanesville-Coshocton area. He's as good as they come.
There's the rest of his crew.
Well, Brian Swope's the umpire. Adam Brenner, the linesman. The line judge is Adrian Williams. And Scott Bunning, the back judge. Scott's from Zanesville also.
1st down and long for the Irish. Here's Crooner. Gets a few of those yards back. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 16.
You know, when you're undermanned a little bit, this is what the doctor ordered for you. You know, the other team makes a few little mistakes. You know, they got the pace. Again, sports is about pace, and right now they got the pace how they want. They got things in check, no big plays. And, you know, the less time that goes there will be, the better chance you'll have.
Clock rolls at 7.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. No score here from Fulton Field. Ryan Gundelfinger resets to the left side. Here's Crooner in motion. Handoff to McCauley, and a great job by the Berne Union defense. That's Landon Goddenschwager coming in there to make the stop, number 2.
Yeah, but Jacob Hurst really set it off. The linebacker, he came hard, made the initial hit, and all the penetration just threw the timing off.
And a good early sign for Berne Union is the fact that we're seeing 3 and 4 guys sometimes rallying to the football. Coach Herbst's got like that.
Another 3rd and long for the Irish.
In this day and age, if you don't sprint to the football defensively, you aren't going to have much of a chance.
Yeah. Irish are big up front on the offensive line, but Berne Union might have them beat on speed, and that's what's helped them so far tonight.
Not only with the speed, Jared, you got to be prepared.
Sure.
And they look well prepared.
Completed pass out to the 38-yard line. Gets them up just barely across the original line of scrimmage. Another punting situation for the Irish.
That's a smart play, though. You know, don't get silly. Gain some yardage. Try to swing the field here, because we know Berne only gained 67 yards last week. They're going to have trouble moving the ball at times. So, a new quarterback. He's a freshman. So you got to try to look at it in the big perspective, and it looks as though Fisher's
got a timeout from Berne Union. Yep. They had too many guys on the field, so they called the timeout.
And you can't play with 12?
No, you cannot.
Not in the lower 48.
Wow.
Gives us a chance to thank some sponsors who are on board with us again this year, Tim.
The always reliable Standing Stone Bank. Whether you're ready to tackle a mortgage loan or need cash for home improvements, make Standing Stone Bank the key player in your home or business financial plans. business to business, neighbor to neighbor. Let's grow this town together. Standing Stone Bank, an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
We told you about the officials. How about our Interphase Video Productions crew? Our producer-director is Bob Campetti down in the truck, along with graphics and replay, Donnie Ziegfeld and Shane Messina, and our statistician tonight, Beth Campetti. Our camera crew up here with us, Jim Spires on the top camera. We have down on the field, as always, the always reliable Tom Russo. And I believe
Jonah Pierce.
Yeah. Thought Mason was going to be here, but no, it's Jonah Pierce tonight. How about that? Fourth down, a punting situation again for the Irish. Second possession in a row, they're having to punt. Angled to the right side, it goes out of bounds. We'll see where they spot it.
I still think that's got to be one of the most difficult things in sport to do is stand on a sideline, see a ball 30 to 40 yards away from you, and determine where it broke the out of bounds line. I'd like to talk to a side judge sometime and just kind of say, how do you really gauge that? I'm not being, silly. I'm serious. I mean, that's not easy.
Not at all. Second possession for the Rockets, 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. Hurst hands it off to 21. That's Colt McCormick. Short gain on the play, if any. McCormick, 51 yards on the season, 3.6 per carry. Hurst had been their leading receiver as far as receptions go, but after the injury to their starting quarterback, they had to move him over to take the quarterback spot. First game tonight that he's been in that role. 2nd and 9 for the Rockets. And a great job defensively coming in there. That's 19 for the Irish. Alex Smith.
Alex just beat the blocker there. He just had a better effort than the blocker gave, in my opinion. He got around him and just blew it up.
3rd down and 13.
I mean, realistically, let's think about it. Your Fisher's defense, you have a freshman quarterback, had 1 week of reps probably. Are they going to throw the ball a lot?
No.
Probably not. So guess what? You get aggressive.
Yep. Hurst again hands it off. Nice hole right up the middle this time, and he gets some positive yardage up across the 40.
And to your point, Tim, I'm curious to see when Fisher Catholic's going to commit more guys to the box. The safety's still playing pretty deep down the field. You wonder if he's going to start to cheat up if they don't respect the pass.
Yeah, I agree with you, Josh. I think at some point you're going to start dialing it up a little bit to get a little bit more people, rushing than they can block. So, Berne seemed to have more success when they've been straight lined.
Another line drive punt. Nepa takes it at his 29-yard line. Up across the 40. Pretty good return here. No, check that. It's Nick Crooner on the return.
Yeah, real good footwork right there.
Nick's a good runner in the backfield this season so far. 306 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. He's just behind Trey Fabbricini's 339 yards, who has 9 touchdowns.
How about that? I saw that. 9 touchdowns, Jared. You've played 3 games, and he's got 9.
Crazy.
That's 30 if you keep the pace, which, probably not going to happen, but that's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. And as a team, the Irish have rushed for 1,009 yards in 3 games.
Unbelievable. Ground and pound. 1st and 10, Fisher Catholic. Starcher. Screen pass out to Fabbricini. Fabbricini across the 45, the 50, and up close to a 1st down.
Well, after first seeing him here, Jared, the thing that I think is impressive is the yards he gets when there's some contact.
Yep, you're right.
And he goes forward.
2nd and 1 for the Irish. We mentioned Fabbricini and Crooner. Caden Starcher's also run for 183 yards this season and a touchdown on the ground. McCauley splits out wide to the near side. Here's Fabbricini again. He's got the 1st down and more. Getting to the outside to the 40. Down to the 30. It's a foot race. And Trey Fabbricini into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish.
How about number 10?
Wow.
Yeah,
He's a tough runner.
Yeah, the contact has to be more aggressive, and you may not have players that are capable of doing that, but somehow you got to make more contact and maintain it.
Here's the replay.
Watch him show his speed though a little bit here, Jared. Once he got he's got kind of like a little locomotive right here. Got it going. Good hard running.
Tonight's replay is brought to you by Matt Taylor Kia. Extra point attempt is up, and it is good.
Yeah, Fabricini's not going to go down with an arm tackle. You got to bring his shoulder to get him down.
There's a good look at Trey on the sideline there. Tough runner and 5'11", 217-pounder. 3:11 to play in the first quarter. Irish on the board first, 7-0 here at Fulton Field.
I forgot how good the barbecue food smells up here. It's been so long since I've been up here. My gosh. I look over and you and Jim have stuff dripping off of your, salivating off the side of your mouths, and I wondered why. Now I know. Wow.
It does smell good, doesn't it? So back deep for Berne Union. Looks like Sammy Amna. And to kick it away for the Irish will be Ollie Hill, who just kicked that extra point.
Starting to get a little bit of a breeze blowing out of the south to north here on the field.
It's not a bad thing. You see the flag. It's really standing out pretty good right now.
Uh-oh. Hill's kick hit an up man right at the 49-yard line. It just bounced right off of him and right into the hands of trying to check the number. Those dark jerseys with dark numbers, hard to see. That's number 12, Ryan Gundelfinger.
You've done a good job because I'm telling you, I can't tell.
It's hard to see.
You know what? That wasn't planned. I
don't think it was
firmly
either.
believe that's just incidental, that it came straight at him and caught him off guard.
Yeah.
Feel bad for the player in that sense. I mean, watch this. Doink.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I don't think that was intentional at all.
No. I think it was intentional to squib it, but not to go directly at the defender.
Right. 1st and 10 Irish at the Berne Union 49-yard line.
This is big now for Berne. If they want to hang in the game, they got to put up some resistance here.
Crooner in motion. Starcher rolling out to the near side. That's a tough pass to make. He's got a man wide open, but he stopped running.
Yeah, he did.
Ryan Gundelfinger stopped running. If he keeps on going, that's an easy 6. Well, that's a tough throw to make right there.
It is. He was under pressure, rolling to his right.
And Josh, I guess in Gundelfinger's defense, he's probably thinking there's no way on the run he can throw it this far.
I was just about to say that. He's probably thinking, okay, on the run like that, you're not going to overthrow me. So he's trying to throttle down a little bit and throttle down too much. Plus that wind is behind Starcher's back, so he got a little bit extra oomph on that ball.
Yeah. 2nd and 10 for Fisher Catholic.
Power to the right here, Jared. Here it comes.
Pitch coming out to 19. That's Alex Smith. Oh, no, check that. It's Gundelfinger. Took a hard hit. No, it is Smith. I'm having all kinds of trouble with these jersey numbers.
They are very difficult to see from up here.
Who's the athletic director anyway?
Yeah, well, we won't go there.
Good news, there's a rule coming, I think, in 2 or 3 years that requires high school teams to have jersey colors where the numbers are a contrasting color.
That will be nice.
Play-by-play men rejoice everywhere.
Yes, absolutely.
I do like Jacob Harmon really hustling on that play for Berne, though, Jared. He came over and put a pretty good lick on him.
Yes, he did.
Good play by Fisher, but a good tackle at the end of the play.
Now we've got an official stoppage.
Talking equipment, I think.
Sending somebody to the sideline. That's Cohen Gronbach. Was it an equipment issue or what?
Yeah, it looks like it's a equipment issue, and they're also talking to a Fisher coach about one of their players.
Watch this hit.
Yeah,
right
watch. This is really good. Right here,
wow.
the follow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a football player right there.
First and 10. Crooner in motion, takes the pitch. He's got Fabricini out in front of him, lead blocker.
Real good block.
Wow. Crooner gets the first down and more inside the 15-yard line.
Fabricini kicked that, for another 15 yards with his block on the left. Fisher's overloading which side they want to run. They're just putting, just too much muscle and too much ammunition on each side and power run.
Got an official timeout. Looks like we've got an injury to Berne Union over on the far side, right about where the tackle was made. There's the flag. You can see the breeze has definitely picked up.
It actually feels really nice down here on the field.
Well, it's still warm up here, as it always is.
Yeah.
I'm speaking for the players. They must enjoy the breeze coming through.
I would think so.
Our scoreboard sponsor tonight, brought to you by Connor Insurance Agency. There's no place like Lancaster, Ohio, and Fairfield County. And like you, owner Shirley Connor is proud to call them home. She would like to provide you with superior customer service, professionalism, integrity, and honesty. Learn more at ConnorInsuranceAgency.com. Looks like they're looking at the right ankle of the player who's down for Berne Union. I initially thought maybe it was just a cramp, but it doesn't seem to be, unfortunately.
Yeah, at every level, you hate to see kids get hurt.
Yeah.
It happens, and it's going to happen. But, when you're Division 7, your chances just aren't that great of replacing them sometimes.
Maybe that's why the breeze picked up.
Well.
Got a little cell of rain
but
just
it's
below
south,
us.
yeah.
As long
Thank
as it stays
goodness.
south, we'll be good.
Yep. If we were in Sugar Grove, we're probably going to get it.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
So it looks like they're looking from knee down.
Yeah, definitely taking a look at the left knee of the player down. Can't make out the number.
Yeah, I
from
can't
down
either.
Here.
Taking a look at the schedules that these teams have had up to this point, the games these teams have had. We mentioned the pregame. Berne Union started off with a big win over West Muskingum, 42-12. And then at home to Alexander, who's 3-0. Beat them 33-12. They lost to Alexander 33-12, and then last week lost to Nelsonville York 30-0. On the other side for Fisher Catholic, their toughest game was their first game up at Tuscarora Central Catholic, who is 2-1 right now. They won that game 28-14 in a hard-fought battle. Then the last 2 weeks, just not much of a challenge. They beat Crestline 55-14 right here at Fulton Field, and then last week knocked off Portsmouth Notre Dame 55-6, also here on Fulton Field. And there's their remaining schedule.
Yeah, when you look at that schedule, I really think Coach Miller's got a real challenge. He's just got to keep them focused to get better, improve daily, stay on task, and each week just try to get better. Because there's going to be some people that aren't really going to be able to compete real well for a full game.
Right.
Jaden Tolliver, guys, is the injured player for Berne Union.
Jaden Tolliver. Gave good effort down there, too, to try to get that tackle and save the touchdown. On first down, Fabricini. Almost another first down.
Yeah, good hard run, but also good blocking at the point of attack. Again, right there on the left side. They just really move people out.
Shot of Tolliver there over on the far side. Does seem to be they're looking just below that left knee. Second down and 2 for Fisher Catholic. Here's Fabricini again with his lead blocker Nick Crooner. And Fabricini, you said it, Tim, earlier. That first hit's not going to bring him down.
No. And there's touchdown number 11 on the year.
Whew.
That's just, bigger, stronger.
Yeah.
And I don't mean the individual, just the whole thing.
Sure.
At the initial line.
Well, and you look at the
attack.
offensive line.
Yeah.
I mean, they go 6'2", 266, 6'4", 245, 6'1", 253, 6'3", 288. I mean, they've got some big guys up there up front.
Yeah, some of the older people here will remember, back in, the late 90s and early 2000s when, Fisher was going to state playoffs and making noise. That's what it looked like up front.
Ollie Hill tacks on the extra point to make it 14-0 with 1:40 to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, right here. Just really good blocking right there. Yeah, he's too low and too strong to come down.
The two of those backs, Crooner and Fabricini, do a great job when they're not running the ball, being that blocker for each other.
That's important. That's real important. You add an extra if you count your tight end, now you have 7 solid blockers in front of your runner.
So we mentioned those scores. Fisher Catholic, the last 2 games, scored 55 points apiece. And Josh mentioned new rules coming in a couple years concerning the uniforms. New rule this year about not only a running clock, but in the second half, if both coaches agree, they can, you can put as much or as little time on the clock as you want. And so last week, in the final 2 quarters, Fisher Catholic played 2 4-minute quarters in that 55-6 win over Portsmouth Notre Dame.
There's nothing wrong with that because there's nothing gained in those situations by either group.
Yep, you're right.
You know what? I like that 4 minutes. Let's play some of our younger kids, give them some experience.
Right. Kick going to go out of bounds, which is going to give Berne Union decent field position here.
Well, as a baseball coach, Jared, and that rule exists in baseball that you can stop the game at any point.
Yeah.
Go on.
Going to get our official call here. He's trying to see what Coach Herbst wants to do.
Yeah, take the ball to 35.
Yep.
It's considered a procedure penalty.
Illegal kick out of bounds. Kicking team. First down.
There's our Don's Furniture call. 1st and 10 for the Berne Union Rockets at their own 35-yard line, trailing 14-0, a minute and 40 to play in the first quarter. Hurst turns, hands to his first man behind him. That's number 21, Colt McCormick. And McCormick with a yard on the play. You see Jacob Harmon there in the backfield. He's 6'2", 235, listed at a tight end, but he's been lining up back there in the backfield along with McCormick and Heilman.
Now it gives him a little bit of movement before he has to block, Jared. There's a toss.
Uh-oh, ball loose on the ground,
yeah.
But I think Berne Union was able to fall on it.
Yeah, fortunate. Those are just little detail things, timing and strength with the ball when you handle the ball that, that will come with a young quarterback.
That's a tough one there, to roll out, fake the pitch, and then hand off to a guy coming the opposite way, especially for somebody who hasn't been doing this very long.
I agree, and we're going to cut him some slack tonight. Sure. But if I see that next year, we won't cut him any slack.
Right. 3rd down and 13 for the Rockets. A little bit of confusion on the offensive side, and Coach Herbst's going to have to call a timeout. That's their second of this half. Timeouts tonight, again, brought to you by Carriage Company, located at 1031 North Memorial Drive. You can check out their website at carriagecompany.com. That's carriagecompany.com.
And let's say thanks to South Central Power. They salute all linemen, so they're proud to present the Lineman of the Week during the 2019 high school football season. Each week they're going to spotlight different linemen from South Central Power and a local high school team. So follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter and see all of our great linemen. Profiles will also be available on southcentral.com. South Central Power, we're your home team, energy team.
Really glad they added that a couple of years ago.
Oh,
That's great for the linemen to get recognized. Those are the guys that do the hard work up front, opening those holes, and never get the recognition. And so South Central Power, we thank you for honoring those guys.
And the kids really value it.
Absolutely.
We've had the fortunate opportunity to speak with some of them. They really look forward to it, to be recognized.
21 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. 3rd down and 13 for the Rockets. Hurst. We got a pitch pass, and it's going to be intercepted by Fabricini, and he goes out of bounds at the 29-yard line. And then he's thrown down 5 yards out of bounds.
Yeah, you just can't do that kind of stuff right there. You just...
A good job by Fabricini to just get up and hand the ball to the ref and come to the other side.
Yep. Well, I'm sure it didn't hurt him too bad.
Here's the replay.
Yeah, that's excessive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And frustration starting to set in a little bit for
Foul.
Berne Union.
White. First down.
Still 15 seconds to go in this first quarter, and the Irish with the ball at the Berne Union 15-yard line.
Yeah, this could start to get out of hand if they don't get a little more focus on the Berne since here. Got to compete and fight a little bit. You got a lot of season left to go.
Sure.
This is just one game with 3 quarters left to go, and you got 6 more after it. You know, you got to buckle down and focus in here, compete.
Starcher back to pass. Overthrown and almost picked off at the 5-yard line by number 11. That's Drew Bursler.
Yeah, just a little too much air in that one. Right idea. The receiver was open. He just gave it a little bit of too much oomph.
Drew Bursler, a transfer from Lancaster, came in a couple years ago down at Sugar Grove, and a good baseball player as well. So 2nd and 10 for Fisher. Fabricini and Crooner back there with Starcher. Good decision there by Starcher. Starcher inside the 15. A flag comes in, and that one's probably going to back the Irish up.
I think he caught the
21.
end who had stepped up. If you'll replay this.
Number 5.
It's a heck of a block, but unfortunately, not allow you to do that anymore in football.
Yeah.
Personal foul. Helmet to helmet. Number 5.
Wow.
Well, I couldn't see that from
Second
here,
down.
but the block was probably the one that, if we could see that play again, the block in the backfield, which really kind of set the play off a little bit.
Josh, you're right down there on it. Did you catch that?
Yeah, right. Watch right
I thought
here.
it was more of a blindside block at first look at it, honestly.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
there.
That's a good call.
That was helmet to helmet.
Yes, it was.
Good call.
And in fact, in the college game, he'd probably be out the rest of the game. to be
Yeah.
honest with you. First quarter ends with the Irish on top 14-0 here at Fulton Field, and they'll have 2nd down and long coming up as we begin the second. Not a bad crowd here on a Friday night at Fulton Field for Fisher Catholic and Berne Union. These two teams always pack the stands when we're down at Sugar Grove.
Sure do. And isn't it great now that Lancaster, with the facilities they have, that you can play any night of the week and we don't have to worry about tearing the field up. And the Gales are away tonight, so here we are. Fisher Catholic home on a Friday night. Hadn't been many of those over
That's
the
true.
years. Jared.
Yeah. Speaking of Lancaster being on the road, let's check some other games going on around the area. Of course, last night, Bloom Carroll up at Hamilton Township. Boy, they took care of business, 38-7 victory. Other games tonight, Fairfield Union at Amanda Clear Creek. Harvest Prep is at Buckeye Valley. Pickerington Central at Groveport. How about that one? Groveport coming in 3-0 and hosting Pickerington Central. We'll check scores on that one later. Bishop Reedy is at Liberty Union. Lancaster is at Newark. It's Westerville Central at Pickerington North. Fairfield Christian at Ridgedale. And Canal Winchester at 3-0 is at Westerville North. But that's a dangerous game. North coming in 0-3, but that's danger.
Yeah, you just don't ever know. Those teams are all going to have some players, and usually well coached. So you got to make sure you don't overstep your bounds and look beyond.
And Tim, I wanted to ask you about Major League Baseball and the Reds in particular. I have a dilemma I'll ask you about after this play.
Okay.
Starcher hands off to Fabricini, right up the middle. All right, here's my dilemma. Obviously, I'm a Reds fan. I want the Reds to win every game, no matter if they're in or out. However, they're going to be playing the Brewers coming up. And I really would rather see the Brewers in the playoffs than the Cubs. Do I root for the Brewers over the Reds?
Let's see what happens. The Cardinals have won the first 2 games in Chicago.
That's true.
The Cubs may not be close enough
That's
by
true.
that time,
Yeah,
Jared,
you're
because
right.
now they're struggling.
Yeah.
They had an injury. But I watched a lot of that today, and the people they're bringing in to pitch, and they use 9 or 10 of them this time of year, which is absolutely insane. They're bringing in arms of guys that even I haven't heard of.
But do they have white laces on their gloves?
Oh, my. Don't get me started there.
Starcher back to pass. He's got pressure. He's going to tuck it and run.
Ooh,
Starcher across the
wow.
20. Look at the speed.
Yeah.
Inside the 10. A great decision by Caden Starcher there.
Yeah, that's real good. That's hard to defend. Even though Berne was in looked like zone defense back there. He just made people miss and, like you said, showed his speed.
Thought Colt McCormick was going to have him in the backfield.
I thought you were going to say Colt McCoy.
4th down and 5.
Watch right here. Whoop. Give him a little juke.
Yeah. Irish will go for it. 4th and 5 at the 10. Here's Fabricini bursting through the hole.
No,
I don't think he got it. I don't think he got it.
Now, that's real big right there. That's a good job by Berne Union's defensive line.
Trying to see the number. Was it 64? I think it was 64. Carson Kellenbarger with the tackle.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. What we talked about earlier. You got to compete. Got to keep getting, stay in it. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Play each down.
So a great stop there by the Rockets to turn it over on downs.
I talking about that, and we'll get to that here after this play. Share something about effort that I saw a while back, which was interesting.
1st and 10 Rockets, backs up against the wall. Hurst out of that pistol. Looking to pass. He's got pressure, and he's going to be brought down at the 2-yard line. Again, trying to check a number. I think it's Connor Swartz, 17. Is that right, Josh?
Yes, I believe you're correct on that.
I just go get him every time here. If I'm Fisher, I'm going to make them make a play. That's their job to get better, so defensively, just go get them.
Yeah. Hurst, once again, changing the play. Nice move, but boy, just a good job by the Irish defense. Tell you what, though, how about the effort by Nick Heilman? He was almost hitting the backfield in the end zone, but he made a nice move there.
And again, when if you've been a coach, you have, and many other people have been involved at this level, whatever sport it is. That's what you look for, Jared.
Yep,
you look for the effort issues, and make sure you don't have any.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, and that right there gains a lot of respect in a coach's mind.
Yeah, so Nick Heilman made a nice move to at least get a little bit more breathing room out to the 4. 3rd down and 12. Here comes Hurst. Hurst spin move across the 10 and brought down at the 14-yard line. We got a flag, though, in the backfield.
We got a double hanky there.
I think they're going to get Kellenbarger on a takedown.
So do you decline it here? It would be 4th down.
If you're Fisher,
I would suggest you turn around and go to your huddle.
I like that
Yes,
in an official
absolutely.
right there.
You want 4th?
Yeah,
Holding. Offense number 64. That penalty's declined. 4th down.
Did you
So
hear?
they declined to bring up a 4th down and 3 at the 14. And boy,
Did you
great
hear
job by
referee
the-
Bass there?
Absolutely, yeah.
He said, "Quit
I would
quit
suggest you
discussing
turn
it and
around
you
and
turn
go
around
to
and
your huddle.
I love it.
Taking charge out there.
That's great. And he did it in a very professional way.
Yep. Actually, it's about the 13 at its mark, so it's 4th and 4. Punt coming from Jacob Harmon. Had a lot of pressure. Boy, how did they not get the ball
they're
or
not
him?
extending, Jared. They're there, but they're not extending their ball.
Kruner up the near sideline. Pretty good return there for Nick Kruner. Boy, he had guys all over him on that punt. I thought they were either going to get the ball or run into him, and they didn't either.
Well, their arms aren't up, and if they extend or could even elevate, I don't know if they're capable of elevating.
So 1st and 10 Irish at the 33-yard line.
Mother God!
Yeah, you mentioned it, Shu. They've had several penalties, most of them early, and this one backs them up again. But I tell you, they've had some costly ones. Here's Fabricini getting to the outside. Good block out there by Nick Kruner. Another good one. And Fabricini inside the 20-yard line, knocked out of bounds at the 19.
Yeah, he gets on the corner quick there and just gets upfield. And not much you can do. You don't have equal speed.
Clock stopped at 8:26 to play in the first half.
Two greatest things to have in sport, Jared, on your side, definitely are speed and quickness. I've been fortunate to coach with it and coach without it, and it's a great thing to have.
Mentioned that Groveport and Pickerington Central game up at Groveport. It was 7-0. Groveport early in the first quarter. Now Pickerington Central's tied it back up at 7.
It's a big step for Groveport if they can just even play it to the hilt there.
And that's a team that hung with Central at least for a first half last year in their matchup.
Another false start.
Dead ball. Illegal procedure. Offense. 5-yard penalty.
This is something that Coach Miller and his crew are going to have to clean up a lot. You get later in the season, these kinds of penalties can't happen.
Well, discipline has to be all the time.
Yep.
Discipline is doing the right thing when you're supposed to do the right thing, and you got to do it in practice every day, and you got to do it in the hallways, in the classroom, and then on the field on Friday nights.
Yeah. Kruner comes in motion. He takes the handoff. He's got Fabricini out in front of him. Here comes Kruner's speed across the 20, the 15, inside the 10, and a nice run by Nick Kruner.
Yeah, a little jet sweep there. Hadn't shown that tonight, Jared. Good call. Again, they're really getting on the periphery of Berne's defense right now.
Boy, just the work that Kruner and Fabricini do together, it's impressive.
It is impressive.
And there was nobody out there defensively for Berne Union to turn that play back in, which made it all the more easier to get the edge.
Yeah. First and goal at the 9. Starcher with Fabricini behind him.
Power left here, Jared.
Gundelfinger resets to the left side. Here comes Kruner in motion. Fabricini sidesteps one man, dives for the pylon, and they're going to say he's out at the 1-yard line.
There are just some kids that have a nose for the end zone, and I think this is one of those kids.
I think you're right.
Well, he has the nose, plus he also has the talent too, Josh. He's low, he's strong, and he has some actually deceiving speed.
Yeah, he does. I mean, you wouldn't think a guy that's 217 pounds, 5'11", kind of, short, stocky fella, but, man, he's got some speed.
The key is getting him early. Once he gets going, he seems to even build it.
First and goal second and goal at the 2. And right up the middle, touchdown Irish, trying to see who it was that went through. I think it was Gundelfinger, number 12. Nope. 17, Connor Swartz, I believe.
It was Swartz, or might have even been Alex Smith.
I think it was 17, if my eyes are correct on these black jerseys and green numbers.
Don't trust them on these jerseys.
Ollie Hill on to attempt the extra point. Low snap. He gets drilled. Cole Neppa just going to run it now, and he's got it. 2-point conversion. No, that was Starcher. Starcher's the holder, and he did a nice job just making something out of nothing.
He's pretty fired up, too. You got to like that in kids. Get excited. You should be excited when you make plays. Whatever the score is, be excited about playing the game.
Snap was on the ground, and so he just tucked it. And then Ollie Hill, boy, he took a hit.
He did.
Big time.
But you don't get to really nail the kicker too often.
That's true.
It's kind of good to give him a lick, let him know this is a football game.
Yeah. So after the 2-point conversion, 22-0, Fisher Catholic with 8:10 to play in the first half. Checking some other scores around the area tonight. Going on right now. That game at up at Groveport still 7-7 with Pick Central and Groveport Madison. In the second quarter, Amanda Clear Creek all over Fairfield Union, 21-0. In the second quarter, it's Lancaster over Newark, 21-14. Surprising that there's that many points scored in that game already, and not even at halftime yet. 35 points between the two of them up in Newark.
Yeah, I have a chance to talk to Coach Franks, Newark football coach, who was in New Lexington. I saw him this fall, and he's excited about the challenge. He said we got a lot of things, we got a lot to do, but he was real excited and very upbeat.
6 plays, 34 yards, 26 seconds off the clock. A 1-yard touchdown run for Connor Swartz.
That's not even a deep breath, Jared.
No.
26 seconds.
Bishop Reedy leads Liberty Union 13-0 in the second quarter. And we've got no score reported. Fairfield Christian Ridgedale. On the return, Landon Goddenschwager gets out to the 21-yard line. Good defense, or good coverage by the Irish. So the Rockets bring their offense back onto the field, led by their new freshman quarterback, David Hurst, after their starting quarterback went down with an injury last week. He was also a freshman, Nate Nemeth, but boy, he has the look of a quarterback. 5'10", 175, could run, could pass.
Well, and just the fact of practice repetitions, too, Jared. You spend more time with those. There's a good vertical run again.
Yeah, first down Rockets.
They've had their most success running straight line.
Is that Colt McCormick on that run?
Watch right here. Good block at the point of attack right there. Sees the hole, and look, keeps his feet moving and falls forward for 2 more yards. That's good hard football right there.
1st and 10 Rockets at their own 32. Hurst again hands it off to McCormick, and he's wrapped up immediately by number 19. That's Alex Smith.
Again, for Berne right now, you just want to try and develop some consistency offensively. Get better here. Make a better drive. You got 7 minutes to go till halftime. Just get consistent. Make your blocks. Make your cuts. That's what you look for.
Hurst again to McCormick right up the middle. And back to the line of scrimmage to bring up a 3rd and 10.
Too many times people get caught up in the big picture, Jared. Final score, scoreboard, and all that stuff. Just do every play, work on it right. It's amazing how the scoreboard takes care of itself if you do those things. Sure. And you get better. And like I said, there's teams on their schedule they can beat down the road.
Yeah.
They may not win tonight's game, but there's people there.
McCormick coming near side.
Ooh.
Well, you don't want to meet up with Trey Fabricini like that.
Well, that's what Josh and I talked about earlier. They're just creeping up further and further. You know, up on their tippy toes, leaning in now. And why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, when you can't put the ball up in the air very consistently, teams are going to start keying on the run, and we're going to see probably more and more of that as this game goes along.
In any sport, if you make people one-dimensional defensively, your chances are a lot higher of having success. And actually, they didn't make them one-dimensional. That's how it is right now under the circumstances.
4th and 12. And again, they have pressure, but this time they rough the punter.
Wow.
Look at that punt. Wow.
Look at that.
It's going to die right at the 1 yard. Oh, they knocked it into the end zone. But the punter is down. That's Jacob Harmon.
That's too bad.
Might have gotten his punt leg hit as he was in the air.
I think there's 2 different penalties on the play. One was thrown by the linesman immediately. Maybe a formation issue.
Yeah. You had a personal foul, roughing on the return team. We have illegal procedure, 5 men in the backfield on the offensive. Those will offset, and we'll replay the down.
So offsetting penalties and replay fourth down.
One of my favorite things in sports, a do-over.
It's like backyard football. Just call it a redo.
But for the Rockets, their punter now, Jacob Harmon, comes off the field injured, and so they're going to have to rely on a backup punter. Not sure who that is. Is it 63, Garrett Carpenter?
That is correct.
Carpenter's punt will hit at the 45, take a rocket roll inside the 40 and be down at the 39-yard line.
Not bad for coming off the bench cold.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, that sounds like something you get sort of a rocket roll.
A rocket roll, yeah.
Yeah. I guess all that food coming up here has made me hungry, huh?
5:35 to play in the first half. Irish on top 22-0, and they'll get the football back.
Well, let's see how much fight's in the Rockets here. See if they can dig down and fight it off a little bit here. Just try to get some momentum back for your team.
This is where you need somebody on your defense to step up and make a play. Your offense is struggling. You got to help them out a little bit.
Well, it just depends. You know, I don't really know how many seniors are out there, upperclassmen, that have been through it, but you know, that's usually what it takes. One or two of those kind of kids just to set it. There you go. There you go. That's not bad.
Crooner on a carry picks up about 5.
Yeah, but look, number 7 for Burns back in there. Yeah, you got to love it.
That's good to see.
He's had a nice game.
He has.
He's done some things, Jared, on all aspects of the field here.
And you fully expect him to come back in. He being a senior, you know, you mentioned not a whole lot of seniors over there, but he's one of them. He does not want to be on that sideline very long.
No, he's had a solid first half. Been involved in a lot of activity.
2nd and 4 for the Irish. Starkey breaks the huddle first, comes up over the football. Starcher keeps it himself this time. And again, Crooner and Fabricini as blockers gives him a first down.
They're just getting on the edge awful easy. You know, they are fast.
Yeah.
But you know, somehow you got to turn the edge back in a little bit. You know, Josh said it earlier. Everybody was trailing. There was nobody. You know, there was no resistance on the corner.
First and 10 in Berne Union territory. Clock stopped at 4:40 to play in the first half. Swartz resets to the left side. Here's Caden McCauley, wide open field in front of him. It's a foot race. McCauley stutter steps. Somehow stays on his feet, but he's going to be brought down at the 10. I bet if he watches this back, he wishes he would have just kept on going to the outside.
Generally, you're going to get more by just continuing to go. But easier said from up here than down there.
That's true.
Watch right here. Watch the counter. Again, they got on the corner, and Berne just did not keep contained. What they did, Judge, they have overshifted to run power rights, power left. They overshifted left, but then ran the counter, and he bounced it right away.
Yeah.
So just good recognition offensively, knowing what's going on and where your openings may be.
First and 10, Irish at the 10. Here's Crooner. Crooner inside the 5, stays on his feet. Yeah. Touchdown, Fisher Catholic. .402 to play in the first half. 28-0 Fisher Catholic with Ollie Hill coming on to kick the extra point. Low snap again, but a good job by Starcher to pick it up and get it down, and Ollie Hill to get the kick through.
Yep, real good hold right there.
I don't even think he got it on the kicking block. I think he kicked that off the turf.
Hey, that's the beauty of turf. no divots, no holes.
That's true, yeah. So, Josh, Tim and I, neither one were able to be with you last week out at Amanda Clear Creek. What kind of game was that you guys had? Wow.
I'll tell you what, you miss a game, you miss a lot, guys. I mean, that was 21-7, under 5 minutes to go. Liberty Union, give them a lot of credit. They kept fighting, got back into that ball game, nearly had a chance to win the game with a little squib kick and missed a field goal opportunity. We thought, Amanda's just going to take a knee, run it, instead. A heave downfield to Jace Miller, broke out of a tackle, 4 defenders around him, runs in for a touchdown. Crazy thing on Friday the 13th.
Unbelievable. Am I seeing a little bit of lightning off in the distance to the right?
No.
I wasn't going to say anything.
But there's a new rule, isn't there, that if they feel like it's in the distance.
They don't feel like they have to measure.
Sure.
There's a certain standard.
Is it the same for baseball, softball as well?
All high school.
4 plays, 61 yards, a minute 45 off the clock. A 10-yard run for Nick Kruner. And the extra point by Ollie Hill gives the Irish a 29-0 lead.
Well, they've scored 15 points in 2 minutes, Jared, of drive time. So
Hill. This time that might have been intentional.
Yeah, it kind of looked like it. I don't know what that's about, but
so the Rockets will have good field position at their own 45-yard line, or the 44 is where they're going to mark it.
And that might have been a player design thing, because Coach Miller talking with Ollie Hill right now as he comes off the sidelines.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about what that's about.
So 1st and 10, Rockets at their own 44. David Hurst out of that pistol formation will turn and hand off to McCormick, going left side. Man, there's just nothing there.
Well, first of all, Fisher's front line is doing a better job. Here's the kickoff.
I think you'll be able to tell that one was definitely intentional. You think?
I thought so. It appeared that way.
Got an injury on the field, and this one does appear to just be a cramp.
If it's you, it's not just a cramp, though.
That's true. Yeah, and those things hurt for a while.
Take it from somebody who has long ones.
After they're worked out.
It's not just a cramp.
So 3:46 to play in the first half. Irish in control, 29-0. And Tim, we've got another sponsor we'd like to say thank you to.
Thanks to Buffalo Wild Wings, Larry Tipton and his crew for great food, great service, and the best sports viewing in town. It's all at Buffalo Wild Wings in the Plaza Shopping Center on North Memorial Drive. And remember, every one of our football games will be televised with their instant replay immediately after the game at Buffalo Wild Wings, the Lancaster location. Just in there last week, Jared. It's just a great environment.
Looking at scores, Lancaster has tacked on another touchdown. They lead Newark 28-14 in the second quarter. Bishop Reedy's added another one. They lead Liberty Union 21-0 in the second quarter. Still 21-0 out at Amanda over Fairfield Union. And up at Groveport, 7-7. Still knotted up with Pick Central.
Is that second quarter?
Yes, it is.
It's good.
2nd and 12 for Berne Union.
Good cut.
Great job by Heilman. Heilman stays on his feet.
Yep.
I think he's got a first down there, depending on
just
the spot.
A little short. Just a little bit short. Yep, about a yard short, but really good effort.
Nick Heilman, 5'8", 180-pound senior.
I remember him playing last year.
He's done some nice things.
Yeah, he has.
As I said earlier, he leads them in rushing, 227 yards on the ground, 8.1 yards per carry coming into tonight's game.
Yeah, watch here. There's a real good cut right there, Jared. That initial, that little sidestep just made the play work.
Mm-hmm. Here he is again. And I think he's got the first down, but a flag comes in, and the ball's loose.
Yeah, that's not good when the umpire throws a flag.
It's unfortunate for Berne Union. That was going to give him a first down.
Yeah. But like we talked earlier.
Third down, right? Holding. Offense number 64. 10-yard penalty, repeat, third down.
You know, you start to gain a little consistency. All of a sudden, bam.
And Heilman, being just 5'8", kind of just disappears behind the offensive lineman and able to kind of just squirt through. Defenders probably have a hard time picking him up.
Yeah, you have to see it to tackle it.
So after the penalty, third down and 14 for the Rockets. Hurst hands off to Heilman. And wow, what a job. Is that Fabricini again getting through there?
Yeah, not the initial, I don't think, was it?
He cleaned it up.
It's too hard to tell.
It is. So that'll bring up a 4th and 16.
Yeah, it was.
I think Ben
You're
Janita
right.
also in there on that stop.
Ben Janita as well. Clock runs at 2 minutes to play in the first half. Harmon back on to punt. Good to see him back out there, ready to punt after taking a hit on the last one. High snap. Harmon does a nice job bringing it down and gets a good punt away.
Yeah, that's a good punt.
Goes out of bounds right about the 22-yard line. I want to invite you to stay tuned. Coming up at halftime, we'll have our halftime band show brought to you by Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Crematory and Monuments, family owned and operated since 1889. Check them out at funeralhome.com. The Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, respect for tradition, regard for change. Band show will also be brought to you by Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Personal or business banking, whatever you need. Shoes fighting with a bug up here in the press box. We take it seriously because we know you do. The difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. And coming up at halftime band show, we will have the Berne Union Marching Rocket Band. They took home grand champion last weekend at Circleville, at the Circleville competition. So congratulations to the Berne Union Rocket Band and Mr. Latore. They do a fabulous job. I tell you what, for a school the size of Berne Union, to go in and get grand champion against some huge schools, that's saying something.
Uh-oh.
Good run all the way out across midfield. Again, it's Nick Kruner, and a flag comes in late. Ooh, I don't know about that one.
That could be a verbal there, in my opinion.
Or maybe it's a sideline warning, too. You never know.
No,
Nope.
he's calling him for shoving him out. I mean, he didn't. You know.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Late hit out of bounds, 15 white.
Yeah, you know, we're not up here to criticize officials' judgments and whatever,
Sure,
and maybe
absolutely.
there's something else into that, but whatever. But
So after the penalty, moves them up to the 34-yard line. 1st and 10, a minute 36 to play in the first half. Starcher has Fabricini behind him. Caden back to pass, dumps it out to Fabricini. Trey, wow, gets all the way up across the 25. Did you see?
Yeah.
He had one of his own men that just kind of, gets out of the way. I don't want him to run into me.
Yeah, he's a Brahma bull when he gets some speed going, man. He's hugging and chugging and heading for the red flag.
1st and 10 at the 22. Clock continues to roll at 1:17. Here you go.
Watch right here.
A little before that, he was coming right at one of his own men. It was hilarious. Starcher again. Fabricini behind him. Caden back to pass, has pressure. Going to tuck it and run. Starcher inside the 15.
That really makes him dangerous in the fact that, you know, once he gets pressure, he can use his feet and speed and escape and pick up 9 yards.
And Fisher Catholic will call a timeout with 46 seconds to play in the first half. Coming up next week, we'll be right back here at Lancaster High School's Fulton Field. Here's a replay of that screen pass earlier. Watch this. right here.
You.
I'm getting out of the way.
Yeah, you want to take that. Yeah, he really gathers speed.
He does.
You know, and not that his first step is slow, but once he gets really going, his speed is really, really, I'd call it a sneaky fast.
There's a look at the crowd here on the Fisher Catholic side. Nice crowd for a Friday night between Fisher Catholic and Berne Union.
Real nice crowd. You know, big facility here to fill, but for both communities to come out and support, that's great.
Next week, we'll be back here to see the Lancaster Golden Gales as they'll be hosting Upper Arlington, I believe it is, next week, isn't it, Shu?
I believe you're right. Golden Bears, been a few years since they've played them.
They had a battle last year.
Yes.
Up there at Upper Arlington.
Almost always a battle when those two teams play each other.
That goes back to the COL days when I first came to Lancaster back in the early 80s.
Pass into the end zone. Nice catch.
Oh.
Touchdown into the hands of Colton Yeager.
That is a nice catch. Used his hands. Actually played defensively pretty well. He just couldn't get a hand on the ball. Good throw, too, though, Jared.
Yeah, really nice throw. Tight spiral right to the corner of the end zone. Makes it 35-0. 42 seconds to play in the first half. Ollie Hill back on to kick the extra point.
Here's part of your problem, too, when you get into these kind of games. You know, we talked about the shortened clock and things. How many extra players are dressed on the Fisher sideline?
That's what I was going to say. There's not a lot of, I mean, who do you
see
put
15
in?
others.
Right.
I mean, it gets hard. And, you know, both a lot of division schools are, you know, have that problem.
Sure.
And, you know, Rosecrans has gone to 7-on-7.
8-man football, yeah.
8-man football, I'm sorry. 7-on-7.
Speaking of that, I mean, you know, I haven't had a chance to really look into that much or look at their schedule. I got to imagine that's given them quite a travel to go play some teams.
Yeah, but I think you're going to see it grow in this day and age.
I agree with you guys. I was just about to say, I think in about 5 years or so, we'll see a lot of Division 7 and maybe some Division 6 teams start to look at 8-man football.
And Josh will be the producer for all that at some point and run the show, right?
Why not, you know? But that was actually something talked with both coaches. Definitely Coach Miller talked about numbers. He was wondering how many players were on the Berne Union roster. And, you know, he said as the popularity of football declines a little bit, that, you know, numbers is certainly a big deal, especially at the Division 7 level.
Yeah.
Well, with all the addition of Christian schools, charter schools, and all those things, it's just taking that student population and made it even less. Speaking
of student population, we mentioned the crowd here. I mean, if you look, I don't have an exact number, but I would say, 85, 90% of Fisher Catholic student body is here tonight, either on the field, in the student section, or in the band, or cheerleading.
And I'm sure the same on Berne's side.
Sure,
their student body goes to the games and supports. I mean,
they've got a student section over there. Their band, they've got a nice-sized band.
That's what you do. I mean, you get involved, but there's only so many available. And, you know, you're trying to have multiple sports. You have cross-country, you have soccer, that the boys are involved in. You have girls sports with volleyball and cross country in the fall. Golf also.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's just a lot of angles and a lot of things to pull, and there's only so many kids to go around.
And speaking of cross country, I want to say congratulations to Coach Gary Moore for Fisher Catholic. They hosted their first cross country meet in, I believe, 17 years this week. And the boys team, I think it was the boys team won, and the girls' team came in second, or vice versa.
Wow.
So nice showing. It was a tough course up around Beavers Field and back behind the Fisher baseball field. A very hilly course, and they won it. So congratulations to them.
Yeah, that's fabulous.
Clock going to roll at 20 seconds. They're just going to probably let this one run out and go to the locker room.
Well, you go regroup, and then you just try to make some improvements second half. So quit worrying about the scoreboard. Quit worrying about it. Just work on effort and execution. Those are the two things that you got to get better at.
And that's what they'll do. The clock will run out here in the first half. The Fisher Catholic Irish hold on to a 36-0 lead over the Berne Union Rockets here at Fulton Field. Want to invite you to stay tuned. The halftime band show brought to you by Frank E. Smith Funeral Home and Fairfield Federal coming right up on the high school football game of the week.
Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Fairfield Medical Center, Ohio University Lancaster, Standing Stone Bank, North Body Shop, Dawn's Furniture, South Central Power, the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities, Fairfield National Bank, Jeffrey Wilson DDS, Matt Taylor Kia, Fairfield County Adam H., the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Parks, the Edwards Insurance Agency, Dagger Law, the Carriage Company, Connor Insurance Agency, Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, the Huddle Tire Company, Fairfield Federal, Lines Auto Service, Sheridan Funeral Home, and Buckeye Lake Marina.
Hi again, everybody. Welcome to the High School Football Game of the Week. I'm Jared Stewart alongside Tim Shoemaker. Tonight, we've got a great one for you. The Blue Carroll Bulldogs.
It was a great week of practice. Even in the rain and the weather, we had a great week of practice.
Schneider, lots of running room to midfield. He's gone. Ryan Schneider down the near sideline for a touchdown for the Aces.
We have a hold on the offense, number 20. That penalty will be declined. They'll bring up fourth down.
We're going to give you this game ball here because you're a Tiberios fan of the game. And thanks for being here, Jacob.
Thank you.
The Polar Bears are your OAC tournament champions, first time since 2009. What an exciting finish for the Ohio Northern Polar Bears.
And be very proud of this trophy because you've earned it.
Come experience the Huddle Tire difference. Locally owned and operated since 1910, we're your independent tire and auto repair shop. We carry all major brands of tires, including Goodyear, Cooper, BF Goodrich, and many more. But we're more than just tires. From safety inspections to alignments, brakes, shocks, and struts, even preventive maintenance, we can handle it all. Enjoy the ride at Huddle Tire Company, 300 South Columbus Street, or we can be reached at our website at huddletire.com.
At Dagger Law, we have more than 110 years of combined expertise in nearly every part of law.
What I think sets us apart from any other law firm is our ability to work together.
With us, you're getting a trusted partner, in addition to a team who can help you with a growing business, changing family, planning your future, or dealing with land issues.
It's a challenge every day, and you meet an awful lot of nice people.
Your case matters. We'll take the time and the energy to ensure that you have quality experience, quality representation.
Whatever you need, we have a lawyer who can help. Dagger Law. Local, trusted, experienced.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Ohio University Lancaster, Fairfield Medical Center, Standing Stone Bank, Edwards Insurance, North Body Shop, Personal Touch Party Rentals, Tiki Bowling Lane, the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Meals on Wheels, Granville Milling, Don's Furniture, Sheridan Funeral Home, Fairfield National Bank, Kumler Collision and Automotive, Fairfield DD, Huddle Tire, Dagger Law, The Carriage Company, Absolute Lawn Care and Snow Removal, the Lancaster Eagle Gazette, Fleet Masters, and Buckeye Lake Marina.
Welcome to the Green Machine. Like to be part of Green Machine, keep me busy, and it's also important that we do it together as a group, and we plow and plant, and we have lots of produce. We have tomatoes like one here, and gourds, cucumbers, squash, crawfish, beets, microgreens. We also have flower arrangement, and we also sell bags, those tote bags out of animal food bags, and we sell them out in the market, farmers market.
It's a special place that keeps people healthy by eating a couple fruits and vegetables. I always show people, first time they pick raspberries and green beans, I show them how to do it like they do it wrong. Picking raspberries and green beans is simple, it's easy for me. We're entering some things in the field like pumpkins, the gourds were growing, and everyone likes them. Tasty.
The Frank E. Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster or 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Come experience the Huddle Tire difference. Locally owned and operated since 1910, we're your independent tire and auto repair shop. We carry all major brands of tires, including Goodyear, Cooper, BF Goodrich, and many more. But we're more than just tires. From safety inspections to alignments, brakes, shocks, and struts, even preventive maintenance, we can handle it all. Enjoy the ride at Huddle Tire Company, 300 South Columbus Street, or we can be reached at our website at huddletire.com.
At Dagger Law, we have more than 110 years of combined expertise in nearly every part of law.
What I think sets us apart from any other law firm is our ability to work together.
With us, you're getting a trusted partner, in addition to a team who can help you with a growing business, changing family, planning your future, or dealing with land issues.
It's a challenge every day, and you meet an awful lot of nice people.
Your case matters. We'll take the time and the energy to ensure that you have a quality experience, quality representation.
Whatever you need, we have a lawyer who can help. Dagger Law. Local, trusted, experienced.
Almost everyone needs a car to get from point A to point B, and many families have two or more cars. At Carriage Company, located at 1031 North Memorial Drive in Lancaster, we specialize in hard-to-find used cars. Due to the recent success of the new car market, there is a large inventory of used cars available for resale. We can help you find exactly what you're looking for. With over 15 years at this location and 27 years experience in the business, we are the best place to go to find your next car, truck, van, or SUV. As a member of the Better Business Bureau, we are a Carfax Advantage dealer and offer great financing rates through a local area bank with warranties available on most vehicles. We know your time is valuable, so we take special pride in making sure that you get what you came for at a price that you can afford.
Come into the Carriage Company and check out our sweet deals.
Stop by today and let us help you, or visit us online at carriagecompany.com.
For nearly 90 years, Kumler Collision and Automotive has shown a commitment to excellence with decades of experience and a passion for auto and body repair. Over the years, we've been a big part of seeing this community grow. Our employees are dedicated, hardworking members of this community and care about our customers long after they leave. Kumler Collision and Automotive. We're your neighbors, your friends, and if it's important to your family, it's important to ours.
The moment that you're told that you have cancer, so many things were going through my mind.
I had this pain that kind of doubled over, and FMC got me the help that I needed, so I ended up surviving.
Fairfield Medical Center has helped me get through what was the hardest 6 months of my life.
When I first came to Fairfield Medical Center, she was probably having an allergic reaction. They saved her life, and that's why she's here today.
Imagine your possibilities at Ohio University Lancaster-Pickerington. With over 250 majors to choose from, I get a great college education at half the price of other schools.
A lot of large campuses have huge class sizes where the professors don't even know you. At Ohio University, the classes are very small and the support you have is fantastic.
Campus life is awesome. There's always something to do between all the athletic events, student groups, and activities that you can always find your place in.
Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Welcome home to Ohio University Lancaster-Pickerington.
And welcome back to Fulton Field, where your halftime score, Fisher Catholic 36, Berne Union nothing. First half summary report is brought to you by Fairfield County Parks, inviting you to Harvest Celebration this weekend at Smeck Park in Baltimore. Have fun painting pumpkins, visiting the petting zoo, and you can also see donkeys, alpaca, goats, and more. And you can try your hand at candle making and take part in the scavenger hunt on Paw Paw Trail. Enjoy music by Clear Creek Grass and Crossroads Agents Band. Of course, there will be vendors and food trucks. Can't do the party without food trucks, right? See FairfieldCountyParks.org for details. That's this weekend, Fairfield County Parks. Tim, first half summary report. Well, it was all Fisher Catholic.
Well, the statistics are reflected on the scoreboard. So, Berne had 30 yards or under. So it's really not worth going into. There's nothing positive, really. You can see it there, 290 rushing yards to 29. So, again, none of that stuff matters. How you going to come out and play? You're going to have a running clock. How you going to execute? And what's the effort going to be? That's what I'm going to watch. What people don't understand from year to year, coaches just don't become not smart.
Yeah.
That was an 8-2 football team. Went to the playoffs last year. Had a great season. Competed for the, title of the Cardinal Division of the Mid-State.
Yeah.
They're just not all of a sudden lunch meat. You turn over kids. You have an injury. You have this. You have some young kids. You retrain them. That's coaching, and you got to keep it in perspective. You try to get them better, and the second half start is important here. And you got to talk to them about those things. And sometimes you need somebody that's a voice of reason around you to help you out with that a little bit. But get a little older, get a little wiser.
Yeah.
So, and from Coach Miller's standpoint, you got to clean up penalties, some of the other things that they got that they're going to have to deal with down the road.
Let's go down to Josh on the sidelines.
Yeah, Tim, you just talked about that. That's exactly what Coach Miller said for Fisher Catholic. Got to clean up the penalties, got to get kids in the right position, but he liked the intensity of his team in the first half. Obviously, different story for Coach Herbst on the opposite sidelines. He told his players, hey, you can't change the first half. We're going to see what we're made of here in the second half. He said, it's amazing how well we perform when we're actually executing our plays the way we're supposed to be.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's not that complicated sometimes. Fans get frustrated and whatever, but you can't worry about fans. You know what? You just got to coach the game and coach the kids and not worry about that. As I said, I was fortunate, but I believe this in everything, Jared, from all ages up. There is no kid that ever goes out there that doesn't want to win.
Right, absolutely.
So why do you need to talk about winning because they're going to try and do that. Talk about doing the things that helps you win.
Right.
And forget about the scoreboard because it takes care of itself. And
Yep.
I think that's just a big lesson in life.
After the official call, get your sponsor on those first
Kick out
half
of bounds.
stats.
First down.
Thanks to Beth Competti, who figured up those stats in the first half. Our halftime stats are brought to you by Dr. Jeffrey Wilson, DDS. With over 35 years of experience, Dr. Jeffrey Wilson and his staff are committed to provide the best dental services to their patients. Happy patients make perfect smiles, and Dr. Wilson and his staff will make sure your dental health and comfort is their top concern. Accepting new patients, he's currently located in Bremen, but will be expanding and bringing his years of experience to Lancaster in the fall of 2019. His office can be reached at 740-569-7563 to make an appointment.
Again, a positive play, Jared. Straight up, got it blocked. Vertical, some good blocking at the point of attack. Again, try to establish consistency. I know I'm pounding the same drum here, but it's you don't want to get too wide in your range of what you're trying to accomplish. Get simple things done, you can build on it. As I said, there's games on that schedule down the road they can win.
On second down, no gain there. With a 30-point lead, we've got, or a 30-point difference in the score here. We've got a running clock here in the second half. They elected to play the full 12 minutes, but it will be a running clock.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. You know what? As long as you have enough players to do it. That's the only concern you have sometimes, as we talked in the first half with the smaller schools.
Third down and 7 for Berne Union. Hurst going to keep it himself, and wow, hit almost immediately when he turned and brought down way back in the backfield.
Yeah, I mean, you can't ask kids not to play when you put them out there. Again, scoreboard doesn't matter.
So fourth down and 14 for Berne Union in a punting situation. Low line drive punt, takes a bounce at the 45.
Oh, you got to field that ball.
Yeah, Kruner lets that one go, and it's going to go all the way back inside the 20.
Yeah, it cost him about 15 yards.
He's down at the 18.
Even if you just down it, you don't have to run it back. Just go down the ball right there, cover the ball. And, you don't want to get in bad habits because you got a scoreboard that reached 36 to nothing. You want to keep good habits here.
We are joined in the press box by brand new Fisher Catholic Athletic Director Jason Roush, and I don't see a third mic. Shoe. Do you want me to give him my headset or
Nah,
yours?
You can ask the questions here.
So as Tim hands over the headset, is it sweaty, Jason?
A little bit, yeah. I'm not going to do it any favors, though.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, thanks for coming up. Kind of a different role for you tonight than usual with our crew.
Right.
So, but first of all, we congratulated you a couple weeks ago on the broadcast, on the telecast. But again, being able to speak now, you had a headset on, but we couldn't talk to you the other night. So congratulations on your new role, and just already doing a fabulous job, and no better person for the job than you.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much. It's definitely something I've been enjoying. You know, it was kind of came out of it unexpectedly, but glad that it did, and glad to be where I am and enjoying every minute of it.
Well, let's jump right into fall athletics that are going on. We mentioned in the first half, first time in 17 years for a cross-country meet for Fisher Catholic, hosting a cross-country meet?
Actually, I think closer to 25.
Wow.
So it was like late 90s is the best that I could come with the last time we hosted a cross-country meet there.
And not only did you host, but succeeded in the event.
Yes, that was a great event. A lot of parents did an awful lot of work, basically using part of an old course that was there, clearing out a new course. Did a fantastic job laying it out, and they just put on a fantastic event. Had, I think, 5 varsity teams, several junior high teams, and we just look forward to getting bigger each year.
Awesome. 1st and 10 for the Irish. Kruner goes in motion. He takes the handoff. And a good job by the Rockets that time coming in to make the stop. I believe that was Hurst. Yes, it was, David Hurst. So tell us about some of the other fall sports going on and the successes that you're seeing at Fisher Catholic this fall.
Having some good success in a lot of sports. Our both boys and girls soccer teams are coming through the home stretch, getting ready for the tournaments, doing well. The boys have a chance to tie for the Mid-State League if they can win out, and had a real tough match Wednesday evening against Zanesville Rosecrans, who was, I think, the ranked number 15 in the state.
Wow.
Took them to a 2-2 tie. So it was a great match for the boys soccer team. Girls soccer team is, they're fighting as well. Doing better, looking to make playoff runs for that. Volleyball is also, they're out there. They have a big match coming up with Berne Union. Another one, if they can take Berne Union out, they can also get at least a minimum of a share for the league title. So, a lot of good things happening. Obviously, football is, they've started off very, very well. Looking good here again this evening. So just a lot of good things going.
Number 52, 10-yard penalty, repeat second down.
So, and the one big one from the past week, our golf team was named the Mid-State League champions.
Awesome.
They won, and Reagan Fagrell, a senior, was our Mid-State League golfer of the year.
And, of course, some big events coming up. Of course, tomorrow, obviously this being filmed on Friday night, so on Saturday, if you're watching this Saturday morning, you can head out to Fisher Catholic this evening, if you're watching on Saturday, for a nice event.
Absolutely. We got our Fisher Catholic Fall Festival coming up. It's a yearly event put on by the Athletic Association. Food, games, drinks, adult drinks. Have a band, the Dan Orr Project, popular in Columbus area, is going to be coming to play from 8 to 11 o'clock tomorrow night. So we're hoping to make it a great big event. So if you're watching in the morning, come on out.
How about this run by Caden Starcher? I don't see any flags out there. Starcher going to take it to the house, and he didn't get in. Are they going to mark it? Nobody signaled touchdown.
Yeah, the gentleman
did he signal it? Okay.
Yep, he signaled touchdown.
I think he did.
Touchdown.
There's also a penalty, guys, away from the football, well behind the play.
Yeah,
I think
I
it's
see
going to
that
be on
about
the
the
defense.
24. So we'll see what that is. Personal foul on Berne Union. Yeah, there's the replay. Definitely got in as he dove across the goal line. But a great job, cut back, and good hard run by Caden Starcher.
He's really coming on strong this year. He put a lot of work in over the summer with Greg Fry and his camps, working one-on-one with him, and his efforts are really starting to pay off right now. He's doing real well this year.
Ollie Hill, extra point is up and good.
Ollie's one of our two-sport athletes. He's one of the captains and leaders on the boys soccer team, as well as our place kicker and for the
And now we have late flags flying. But this is what you worry about here in a game like this, with two teams in this close of proximity and with it getting out of hand 42-0. You worry about this. So we'll see what the official says after they.
That's a personal foul, right? Yeah. Because it's contact.
We really like seeing.
We got two personal fouls. No, it had contact.
I'm not sure which assistant coach that is, but he is. Officials getting it sorted out. Did they eject somebody?
I don't know.
They're definitely talking about it, guys. One of the assistants.
Here we go.
On White. Be assessed on the kickoff.
Okay, so no ejections, just a personal foul on Berne Union, be assessed on the kickoff.
One of the assistant coaches for Fisher Catholic had the entire team around him just moments ago and was telling all of his players to keep their head and play hard in this game, but keep their head about them in this situation.
Well, one thing that we heard before we went back on the air, and we heard the official's mic turned up before we came on, and when they were doing the coin flip, or not the coin flip, but the meeting at the center field before the kickoff of the second half, they talked about the official brought them together, and he said, you all want to play next week. Let's keep it civil.
Absolutely.
Which, that a great job by this officiating crew to keep control.
Yep, and that's one thing we've been talking to. We've talked to our kids this week about that an awful lot, and even our student body and our fans was just, it's a rivalry game.
Yeah.
And yes, you want to say things, you want to do things, but you just have to limit your reactions. You have to just take what happens. It's exactly what they said. Just don't react. Don't do anything that you shouldn't do.
I want to give credit where credit is due. I think that's Coach Tim Bolin. Am I right, Jason? That had them together there.
That is correct. Yes.
So credit to him. He really got his team together and just got their head back in the game as this kickoff from the 35, the 30 goes through the uprights.
We get 3 points for that, do we? Yeah. Now, Jared, I did want to mention something because we talked about new people and new jobs.
Yeah.
So we've got a new baseball coach at Fisher Catholic, and funny enough, he looks a lot like you. So I wanted to say that welcome to the staff. We're proud to have you there as part of our staff.
I appreciate it. I'm super excited about it. I know that getting a chance to meet the players on Monday was special for me, and seeing them out here playing there. There's some talent out there, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah,
and I got to give credit. Jack Faulkner did an awesome job for several years. And he did not leave the cupboard bare. So
no, he did not, and so we're happy that. And then along those lines, we've got some other. We've had several hires this year.
Girls basketball.
Yeah. Yep. Coach Ben Bethel from Fairfield Christian has come over to join our, our program, and looking for great things from him. Look at that
fumble.
Oh boy.
We've got some extracurricular going on out at the 39-yard line. And a nice job by Caden McCauley to come in and make sure his player was not getting involved much. But the fumble's recovered by Fisher Catholic. And we talked when the second half started about how we're going to play, we're going to play running clock, but they're keeping it at 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Almost feel like a game like this. Tensions are a little high. Maybe shorten those quarters might not be a bad idea.
It was talked about, and maybe in retrospect it should have been, but that's that's what they agreed upon.
Yeah.
And so that's that's that rule this year with you can shorten the quarters if you did. Example, last week we played 4-minute quarters in the second half.
Yeah.
And especially when you got some smaller teams, and it's just not worth getting kids hurt.
Exactly.
Because even like the official said, you guys want to play next week, so it's another reason to do that. And the other thing we're seeing a little bit this year, and especially in this game early on, is the new lightning rule.
Right, yeah.
And
we thought we saw lightning earlier. But
and there has been. There's a new, they kind of call it the horizon rule. So if there is heat lightning in the area, as long as there's not bolts or you don't hear thunder, you don't have to stop the game. And then there's also usually the trainer or somebody on the sideline who has their phone with the lightning tracker on it. And I can't quote it for sure, but I'm going to say it's like within 10 miles. So as long as there isn't any lightning there, then they can play and continue on without having to do the 30-minute delay every time you see a flash of lightning.
And Josh told us about a new rule that's coming in a couple of years, which we would be thankful if it was here tonight.
15-yard penalty.
Love the black uniforms. They're very sharp.
Yeah.
But for a broadcaster, it's tough to see the dark numbers on the dark jersey.
Yep. And we do those. We do our special jerseys once a year.
Yeah.
Picked them for the rivalry game. The kids love it. So that was they picked this as a game that they wanted to do that this year. Yeah.
So we had another personal foul, unsportsmanlike. Well, Jason, we certainly appreciate, of course, you've been doing a lot of good hard work with us at Interface for several years, and it's nice to see you down there on the sideline, a different hat for Fisher Catholic. I know you've been tennis coach for years, and so congratulations to you on the new job.
You. I appreciate that very much, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys next weekend on the other side of this.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Jared.
All right, no problem, Jason. Jason Roush, the new athletic director at Fisher Catholic High School. Going to let him get back down to field level, where it's a little cooler.
As good a job as he did, he might take one of our jobs next week.
Exactly.
Still sauna up here.
Starcher hands it off to McCauley. McCauley cutting back to the middle and gang tackled at about the 16-yard line. Going to bring up a 3rd and goal from the 16. And we have an official timeout.
Yeah, I think they're trying to keep tempers from really flaring here in the second half.
Well, here's the issue, guys, in my opinion. When you start having unsportsmanlike or, personal fouls, it's pretty simple. It's coach's fault.
Mm-hmm.
Hold your kids accountable, take them off the field, and sit their butt down. That solves the problem. Play the game, play it hard, play it the right way. Both coaches are accountable when your kids do that. Kids will make mistakes, believe me. But just hold them accountable. Put them on the sideline because every kid comes to play. Take their playing time away.
2nd down and goal from the 16-yard line. after this play, give you some score updates from around the area. Gundelfinger resets to the right side and busted play. Starcher going to be dropped in the backfield. Nice job by Nick Heilman to knock him down. It's now 3rd and goal from the 20.
Yep, real good. Yeah, real good job there. Even though the play got busted up, you know, they swung it to a power left, going to run the counter, and Berne did a good job, penetration, make a tackle. You know, and that's what we should be talking about is football.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't have to be talking about unsportsmanlike penalties and personal fouls. That's not part of it.
So third quarter ends with the Irish on top 43-0, and they'll be facing a 3rd and goal from the 27. Take a look at some scores around the area up at Groveport. Still showing 7-7 in the second quarter. I think they've just stopped updating that or something.
Maybe they got some of that lightning because it has been north of us.
Yeah. At halftime, Lancaster leads Newark 31-14. Over at Amanda Clear Creek, the Aces lead the Falcons 34-0 in the 3rd quarter. Bishop Reedy all over Liberty Union 35-0 at halftime.
Ooh.
And that's all that I have. No update on Fairfield Christian Ridgedale. So how about Lancaster Golden Gales? 31-14 at halftime, putting up 31 points in the first half.
Newark's undermanned. You know, same kind of thing. Younger team. Coach Frank's trying to get it going. You know, he's got to get interest. He's got a lot to do. He's playing Division I schedule.
Yeah.
He knows that's going to happen. As I said, I had an opportunity to see him this fall and had a nice sit-down talk with him there for a little while, and he understands the task at hand. He's been there before. He's seen it when it's been very decent under Coach Hofstar many moons ago, but he's also seen it at its worst. So he's in a situation now where he's trying to just build it.
Yep.
And that's a lot of work because there's a lot of peripheral stuff that you have to do that people don't understand. They think you just come out and coach the Friday night game.
Right.
There's hours and hours of other stuff that lead into that.
Starcher back to pass, and I think his intended receiver pulled up with a cramp.
Yeah, it looked like he.
Inside the 5, he just went down.
Yep.
Stiffened up.
That's Colton Yeager down, guys. And as you suspected, on that Pick Central Groveport game, it is in a weather delay in the second quarter.
Wow.
Stay up there. That's all we ask.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Josh, you're right down there on the sideline. You get to hear what we don't get to hear up here. And, you know, obviously we were able to hear the assistant coach. He was very loud when he got his team together. But what's it like down there? I mean, are there players actually trying to keep their players focused?
It's an interesting dynamic. I mean, you see some players getting on each other, trying to keep them in the game and keep themselves cool because obviously you don't want somebody to get into some sort of altercation that could lead to an ejection. And as you said, they're not eligible to play next week. So that's the biggest risk that you run in a game like this where tempers start flaring or injuries happen. That's what you don't want to have in a game like this.
Definitely. So the injured player, Colton Yeager, down, getting that cramp worked out. The Irish will face a 4th and goal from the 28. Do they attempt a long field goal here just to try to get their kicker some work?
If that's what you need to work on, who cares? Who cares what the other team does?
Yeah.
If they're working on something in a situation. If you're going to play the full quarters, running clock, work on something. You know what? Work on getting better at something. You know, the outcome's not going to be in jeopardy, so work on something.
Right.
That you want to work on a life situation. You won't get a better practice situation in a situation like here. You may have a game late in the season.
Kruner was helping Yeager off the field, and he looks out. Oh, they're getting ready to snap the football. I better get out there.
Yeah. It helps.
So 4th and goal. Kruner goes in motion. Starcher back to pass. And, over the head of his intended receiver. I think he could feel that pressure coming. And here comes another flag. That one's going to be on Fisher.
Yeah, that's ridiculous to me.
bench.
Oh, wait, they called it on a coach.
It's 15 yard. Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike on Fisher Catholic bench. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Now, do you know how stupid you look in a 43-0 game?
Yeah.
That just, Coach Miller's got to take care of that stuff, Jared. Now, I'm very opinionated on all that and have been through it. I've been involved in several situations both ways here. That has to be in check.
Well, and if you're going to yell at your players to keep it in check, then you've got to keep it in check as a coach. Obviously he didn't right there.
No excuse for that.
No. 1st and 10, Berne Union at their own 42-yard line. And a whistle and a timeout, Fisher Catholic. Let's go down to Josh Messerly.
All right, thanks, guys. Got a special guest down here on the sideline. May look familiar to some, not unfamiliar to Fulton Field. That's Jimmy Cordell, former Lancaster Golden Gale, former Irish as well, and former Buckeye. Now coaching at Urbana, your offensive line coach and offensive coordinator. How's it going over there?
Good. We're 3-0. Played last night, so it's good to be back here at home and watching some football.
So tell me a little bit about your Urbana team. I know you got a pretty tough schedule coming up.
Yeah, we're getting in the meat of it. You know, we have our defending conference champ coming up, Notre Dame College, next Saturday. They went to the Final Four, and but you know, a lot of we got a senior-laden team now. When we played them last year, our quarterback was hurt, so just kind of excited about our chances next week. We're going to give them all we got.
You've played at the highest level at the NFL and, obviously major college football. Now you're in the coaching side of things. What is that like now going from a player to a coach?
It's you're still in it. I'm still a part of it. I can remember St. Mary's, Berne Union, Fisher Catholic, Berne. I can all, there's flags. You can remember it, and it's a chippy rivalry, but it's good to see these guys just playing and having fun. And as a coach, you still get to be a part of it and have fun. And I love doing it. Have a lot of fun, and it's been good so far.
Obviously, now you get to do a little bit of recruiting and watching some high school games that way. I mean, when you're looking at recruiting a player, what are you looking for when you come to a game?
When you watch a game, you want to see, hey, are they the guy? You know what I mean? Are they the guy? Especially at smaller schools, they're going to you to make the play. Obviously measurables come into it, but in Division II, we just want to find really good football players. Division II, there's Division I talent. There's you get some of those grown men out there, but hey, if you're a guy, that produces and you're a leader, that's what you get to see on Friday nights.
Obviously, when you played here at Fulton Field, it was a grass surface. Now they got the nice field turf. What do you think about this place?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I used to be an old school guy when Ohio's, in 2007, Ohio State got the turf, and I was kind of hesitant about it, but it looks good and it's good to play on, and this is impressive.
Jimmy, we'll let you get back to watching these two teams. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
That's Jimmy Cordell, guys. Send it back up to you.
Thanks a lot, Josh, and thanks a lot to Jimmy as Berne Union putting together a little drive here. Picked up a first down, and now a nice run by their quarterback, Hurst, all the way out to the Fisher Catholic 37-yard line.
That's what you should be doing. 2 straight plays, play football, execute, make blocks. That's what should be happening.
We talked earlier, not a whole lot of subs on either side when we've got small numbers, but some of those guys in there right now for Fisher Catholic. On defense, you heard a lot of cheering after that tackle was made. That's for obviously the family of a player that doesn't get a lot of playing time, and they're excited to see that. After this play, going to bring up a 3rd down and 2 for the Rockets. Clock rolls at 7.5 minutes to play in the ball game. Hurst hands it off to Heilman. Heilman's got the first down.
Yeah, what I like right there is he paused, Jared.
Yeah.
He made the read. He looked. He jumped right and made a cut. And what he gained? 5 yards?
Yeah.
I mean, that's really nice run. You don't have to hit the hole full speed all the time. Sometimes you just got to read it.
1st and 10 Rockets at the Irish 34-yard line. Hurst looking to pass and dumps it out to nobody. Nobody open. I'll tell you what, for a young man who is not used to this position, he gets in that spot and he's like, what do I do now?
Unload it. Yeah. There wasn't anybody over there.
Intentional grounding.
That's okay. You know what?
Also comes with a loss of down.
Yeah, I mean, that is what it is. Now, in high school, how far is this? 5 yards?
5.
Yeah, that's the spot.
Yeah, I mean.
5 yards and a loss of down.
Yeah,
so
no problem with that. It's better than a sack.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or taking a crunching blow from somebody also when you're 14 or 15.
Now, loss of down.
So 2nd and 21. It's a 5 from the spot of the foul, from where the pass was made. Here's Heilman.
Yeah, I think it must have been. Unfortunately, that makes the penalty even more severe.
Right, yeah. On 3rd down and long, get some positive yardage there for the Rockets. Get out across the 40-yard line. They'll face a 4th down and about 15. We will get to our players of the game coming up after this play. We will do our Berne Union player of the game first, followed by the Fisher Catholic player of the game. Clock rolls at 4:18 to play. Hurst. Good looking play there. Oh man, almost had enough for the 1st down, but a great job on the play. That's the one that we saw earlier that actually fumbled.
Right, but that's their version of the counter right there. Came
Yeah.
back across the grain after influence right, come back left with the counter.
Yep.
Well run play.
Tonight's Berne Union player of the game is brought to you by Fairfield National Bank. Fairfield National Bank knows when life gets real, you need a banker who cares about your story. Take Lauren, for example. After her father passed, Lauren knew her mother should move in with her, but she also knew mom needed help getting her finances in order. That's why they sat down with one of our bankers. Together, they got the attention and accounts they needed to navigate the transition, and Lauren found the free time to finally learn to make her mom's favorite pie. We call that banking built for living. Come by or visit fairfieldnationalbank.com to find an account built for your life. Fairfield National Bank is a division of the Park National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, I think the player stands out for me here, and we'll wait till after this first play, Jared. Player stands out for me from Berne. That couple players that had really, I thought, good nights. But I think Nick Heilman is a senior, 5'8", 180-pound running back. He did a really nice job running the football here 2nd half, and at the end of the 1st half, he's had a solid game. So I'd like to recognize Nick Heilman as player of the game for the Rockets.
Completely agree. Congratulations, number 44, Nick Heilman, for the Berne Union Rockets, a senior. He's our Berne Union player of the game, brought to you by Fairfield National Bank. Our Fisher Catholic player of the game is brought to you by the Edwards Insurance Agency, specializing in providing personalized insurance coverage that meets the needs of our individual clients. Contact Todd or Dale Edwards today.
Well, I think when you talk about player of the game for Fisher, I thought their offensive line did an outstanding job tonight. But, Trey Fabbricini stands out. He sticks out as a football player. I like how he hands the football. The official gets off the side. Doesn't need to talk. You know what? Play the game, play it hard. He's got talent, but he also plays really hard. He blocks. He's unselfish. So congrats to Trey Fabricini as the player of the game.
So 2 number 44s are players of the game tonight, 44 from both sides.
Say 44 squared, is that what we say, huh?
There's Trey. And you mentioned plays the game the right way, hands the ball to the official. He was the one that got tackled about 5 yards out of bounds in the first half. And, you know, as a high school kid, tendency might be to get up and want to push back or something, but he didn't. Ran straight to the sideline, handed the ball to the official, and moved on.
PA announcer Carlton Ryder.
How many years is this for
I think Carlton was here when they built Fulton Field. Is that right, Bob?
One of the best in the business, though.
He's done it a few times.
Yeah.
That's for darn sure. Outstanding.
Sounds good doing it, too.
Yeah, he was an outstanding principal for years at St. Mary's, a teacher, and just I was fortunate to coach his oldest son, and a pleasure of mine, and congrats to Carlton and thanks for all the help over all the years.
Caden McCauley in at quarterback for the Irish.
I could listen to Carlton read from a phone book. He's just got one of those voices.
Do they make phone books, Josh, anymore? I just wondered.
As I said that, I was thinking that's probably an outdated reference now.
I tell you what, you just lost everybody under 30.
I'm just on the edge of that, unfortunately.
Clock rolls down to 1:36.
So,
counting here in the game.
Yeah, but it's just time to run this out, and maybe we get a word with Coach Miller or so afterwards here. Not a lot to say, really.
And we'll get our final stats. Beth Competti going to be working on those down on the truck.
Well, I tell you what, her pencil's been heavy on one side, that's for sure.
McCauley almost went down there, kept his balance, but then good job by Jacob Harmon coming in. I think it was Harmon, or was it Heilman, or both? Yeah, Harmon made the initial hit.
Like I said, you only have so many kids to play, Jared, Yeah, Harmon's effort's been real good tonight.
It has.
Yeah, just play the game. He's a good football player. Sometimes he gets a little emotional and some of that, but you got to have some of that. You just got to channel it positively.
Right.
Because he's a good football player.
The Irish going into that victory formation with 39 seconds of counting here in the ball game. So McCauley will take a knee, and the Irish will move to 4-0 on the season after this 43-0 victory over Berne Union on their home field, semi-home field here at Fulton Field. Congratulations to Coach Miller and his crew. They move to 4-0, and they will have next Grove City Christian on the road next week. Berne Union drops to 1-3, and they will have Fairfield Christian coming up next week at Millersport.
Well, like I said, get your team together. You got a game you can win next week.
Yep.
Get some more reps with young Hurst there, and they'll be okay. Coach Herbst just didn't forget how to coach from week to week or year to year,
Josh Messerly going to work on getting Coach Miller for some final comments, and we will have the final stats coming up after that. The final stats will be brought to you by Dr. Jeffrey Wilson, DDS, with over 35 years of experience. Dr. Jeffrey Wilson and his staff are committed to provide the best dental services to their patients. Happy patients make perfect smiles, and Dr. Wilson and his staff will make sure your dental health and comfort is their top concern. Accepting new patients, he is currently located in Bremen, but will be expanding and bringing his years of experience to Lancaster in the fall of 2019. His office can be reached at 740-569-7563 to make an appointment. Josh working on getting Coach Miller. I think he's got him. There you see him walking over. Also Coach Luke Timmis coming with him, longtime assistant here at Fisher Catholic High School. So let's head down to the field to Josh Messerly, who's standing by with Coach Miller and Coach Timmis.
Down here with head coach Doug Miller and the field coach. Dominating win tonight. What was your game plan coming into tonight's game?
Offensively to execute, defensively, you got to give it up to Coach Luke. Pitched another shutout.
If you would talk about Trey Fabbricini tonight, he had himself another good game.
Offensively, he had a great game. Defensively, he had a good game. But there's 11 players on that field that had great games. Trey's just one. I mean, as far as running the ball, Starcher was awesome tonight. Crooner was awesome tonight. McCulley did a heck of a job, and so did Smitty and Connor Schwartz. They all touched the ball. So Trey's just a small piece of a big picture, but he's a great athlete.
And Coach Luke Timmis, defensive coordinator. Coach, game plan tonight a little bit different. And were you knowing what you're going to expect with a different quarterback for Berne Union tonight?
It was a little bit unexpected because the unknown. We didn't know exactly who'd be a quarterback, but we pride our defense on stopping the run first. As every single game, no matter who we play, and it's easy when you have kids like this. I mean, very coachable and very athletic and very good.
You guys got off to a little bit of a slow start with some penalties and things, but you're able to clean that up. I mean, what did you have to tell your players as the game went on?
Keep their heads, play like you know how, we'll come out on top.
Coach, congratulations on the win and the shutout. That's the coaches for Fisher Catholic. Let's send it back upstairs to the booth.
All right, thanks, Josh. Thanks to Coach Miller and Coach Timmis. Those stats are ready. Let's get a look at them. That's some yardage put up right there.
Yeah, I'm not going to read them. I don't like people read things to me, so I'm not going to read them. They held them to one less yard than they had last week. So, I mean, I feel for them because if you've ever coached and been in situations where you had an injury or something happened where you're just a key person, key position, you just can't fill it.
Right.
But it'll get done. You don't make excuses. You just line up and just keep getting better, and I'm sure that's what Coach Hertz will do. So, those speak for themselves. I'm not allowed to comment on that. Thanks to Beth for doing all the calculating.
Absolutely. I want to again thank our crew tonight, our Interface Video Productions crew, as always doing an outstanding job. Producer-director Bob Campetti, on the graphics and replays, Donnie Ziegfeld and Shane Messina. Statistician Beth Campetti. Our camera guys tonight, Jim Spires, Jonah Pierce, and Tom Russo. As always, thanks, guys, for all your work. And Josh, great job again tonight down on the sideline.
Thanks, guys.
Final score again, Fisher Catholic over Berne Union, 43-0 to head to 4-0 on the season. For Josh Messerly and Tim Shoemaker and all of our Interface Video Productions crew, I'm Jared Stewart. Have yourselves a great night, everybody.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Fairfield Medical Center, Ohio University Lancaster, Standing Stone Bank, North Body Shop, Dawn's Furniture, South Central Power, the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities, Fairfield National Bank, Jeffrey Wilson DDS, Matt Taylor Kia, Fairfield County Adam H., the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Parks, the Edwards Insurance Agency, Dagger Law, the Carriage Company, Connor Insurance Agency, Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, the Huddle Tire Company, Fairfield Federal, Lines Auto Service, Sheridan Funeral Home, and Buckeye Lake Marina. This has been an IVP Sports production.